Alright, I decided to do the rooftop access. Put on the stealth suit, which gives you 25% harder to detect. I'm using the EM weapon, so as to not kill anybody. Well, I ain't gonna jump down there. Okay, so I gotta figure out a way down there. Huh. Well, that wasn't a good way to go. Oh, oh, okay. Huh. Okay. I forgot all about that.
essential personnel must evacuate the building. Please find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
Get some credits while I'm here. And this one, more credits. Whoops.
Sound the alarm! There! Show yourself! Got you now!
Oh, there's some stairs here. Okay. Obviously, I'm not real good at this. I got orange, blue, and yellow triangles. Gotta heal up. Oops. Hey, it's 4:30 in the morning. Magazines in here. Come on. Well, I'm going to die again. Going to find a way into research and development. Here again. I didn't do any scum saving. You know what? I'm not going to mess with that. That was a pain in the ass. I can't steal from him while he's down? Wasn't there an opening up there? Guess can't get back up there. We'll try without all that gas.
Company, find him.
Oh, I didn't notice it's safe here. Oh, oop. Security. Been a point in that. Wonder when them people will wake up. How long that EM stuff lasts. There's a fin over there. It just took me down here.
Someone's snooping around.
Suspect is here somewhere.
We've got... Stand down immediately! Move it!
Come out!
Go back up to the roof access. Maybe there's a other way.
The hell was that?
Someone help me!
Let's
Take it!
They've got to be around here somewhere.
No way am I dying in this
I'm not
office.
taking a bullet for this company.
When I find you, you're in trouble.
Just over here.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Only one way this ends! Officers, cover me! This won't end well for you! Give up!
Hey! Who's there? Ah, relax. We're taking that
Taking the life
vacation.
insurance package.
They must still be here.
This job is over here. This is hopeless. I'm out.
That's it. I'm quitting.
Get back here.
Walk. Gives me those blue dots, but there's no clear path.
Thought you could hide, huh?
I'll knock them all out. I have no idea where to
Life
go.
insurance package.
Found them. They're here.
They're restricted.
Can't take it.
Help! We're under attack! dying in this office.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm out of here.
I knew I should have taken this vacation.
I'm a terrible shot with this thing, that's for sure.
I'm not taking a bullet for this company.
Guess I'm just here.
Ah.
They don't pay me enough for that vacation.
You must think you're real clever.
I should have taken that life insurance package.
Must have scared them off.
Of course, I can't get up there with my boost pack
No way am I dying in this office.
from there.
Gotta win. I can't do this. I know you're still here.
Well, guess they're gone.
Okay. Buddy, my cover was blown. Uh-oh. I'm not very subtle. Was losing patience.
Help! We're under attack!
I just jumped. What we're trying for. I knew I should have taken this vacation.
They got lucky.
I try to be patient with the sneaking around, but that's usually my play style. But ugh.
You made a big. We're under attack.
Why some take one shot and some that take so many?
I know you're here.
What? It's obvious that though I like sneaking around some, I don't have the patience for long sneaking missions. I wouldn't be good at games like Siphon Filter or anything like that.
I'm out of here!
You can't hide forever.
Yeah, I can.
I should have taken that life insurance package! When I find you, you're in trouble!
Oh, for crying out loud. Oops. The security camera? Oh, it's a turret. Well, at least I'm in through without killing anybody. Well, I'm not through it yet, but I was just in here a minute ago. Now I wonder if I can. Of course not. See if I can get out of here.
I'm out. No way am I dying in this office.
I'm not going out the front gate or the front door. Where that dude's awake yet? Yeah, he's awake again. None the wiser. Alright, well. Spacesuit's none equipped. Why wasn't my spacesuit equipped? That's why I was having such a hard time with the poison. I don't remember unequipping my spacesuit. Hi.
Don't be nervous. You got this.
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
Took his breath.
You can't go away. You just can't.
But David's my friend. He writes me.
I hate to break it to you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important man.
But I came all this way.
Listen,
Administrations
I might be
come
able
and
to
go
help
in
you
the big
with this
city,
project.
but
Maybe
SSNN
get you a ticket
is
to
here
a
to
speaking
stay.
gig he's got.
Can I help you?
That's all I can do.
You are the best!
I've got SSNN's next major headline.
All right. You've got my attention. What's this so-called story about?
I think Infinity Ltd's growing body count due to unauthorized human trials says it all.
Corporate greed claims victims once more. And you have evidence to support this claim.
Of course, I wouldn't expect SSNN just to believe a perfect stranger.
Perfect stranger or not, we won't air anything without some sort of hard evidence. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence.
I can't reveal my sources. I'm sure as a reporter you can understand that.
Of course. I just hope your source is as reliable as you think they are. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source?
Just a concerned citizen.
Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
Get back to Ryujin Tower. Alright, back at HQ. Ryujin. I don't think I'll ever pronounce it right. Close, I think. Maybe if I'd, after another NG run and I do it again, maybe I'll be better at the stealth. The plan's still up on the board.
I've yet to hear anything of note on SSNN. Let's hear your report.
Not a single hitch other than having to knock everybody out on the way, setting off alarms, everything else.
Good. David won't be able to resist a story like this. He'll do some preliminary confirmations, which will be enough to get the broadcast out to the public. And how did the neuroamp perform?
It was extremely useful.
I thought it would be. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Infinity Ltd. and Lucas Drexler are currently under investigation for a number of violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom, so this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith.
Ryujin buys Infinity Ltd. And no one loses their job.
Quite right. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool to help sway them.
I'll talk to them, but I can't make any promises.
With the tech we've given you, I expect promises. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? I think we both know that's not going to work.
If you acquired Infinity Ltd., you'd save jobs. It's good public perception.
Our public perception is good enough. If you ask me, reaching out to save Infinity just makes us look weak. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished.
You're all way too eager to use the neural amp on one another.
Oh? Your response tells me Masako must have given you similar advice. It'd be unlike her to not fully exploit an advantage, especially when she believes acquiring Infinity is the right thing to do.
Why are you so against acquiring Infinity?
The corporate world will hear SSNN's story and believe Ryujin exposed Infinity because they stole from us. It sends a strong message. But acquiring Infinity could be interpreted as a safety net. Infinity tried to screw us over, yet they still survived. We need to be sending a much stronger message. If you mess with Ryujin, we'll shut you down. Period.
Listen to reason. You know acquiring Infinity is the right choice.
Well, it does make Ryujin look good. And we do gain a wider customer base, which means higher profits. You're oddly right about this one, Op. I guess you are worth keeping around. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting.
Speaking of, I plan on bringing up the internal neuroamp as an issue in the meeting.
An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. You'd never get the rest to shut it down.
The internal neuroamp is dangerous. That tech only spells trouble for Ryujin's future.
Dangerous indeed. For all I know, you're using it right now. The irony. Perhaps I didn't see it earlier, but you're right. The moment a competitor reverse engineers Vena's work, it'll be chaos. The last thing I want is to have my brain scrambled because some engineer didn't do their due diligence. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
Ooh, look at that. Your surgical wound's healing like a dream. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
I'm used to waking up in strange places.
Reminds me of my undergrad days. I mean, I assume you're joking, right? I'll have to get that documented and we'll definitely want to run a few tests if not. So, tell me what you think of the neuroamp.
Vena, this tech is dangerous. No one should have this sort of power.
I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day. This is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
You're a scientist. Hear me out. Just look at it from every angle.
Fine, fine. Make your case.
If the internal neuroamp backfires, your reputation will be ruined.
You really think they could come after me?
Vena, as the sole owner of the internal neuroamp, I know exactly how dangerous it is.
Right, but you were intentionally using it to do something illegal. Of course it's going to paint it in a negative light.
You know I'm right on this, Vina. Think about it.
I know. You're right. Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect.
Well, you're not a monster. You just got lost in the excitement of discovering something new.
It is. It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself? We just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd. be?
Do you have any strong opinions about acquiring them?
I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't. Faye may have stepped over a line in her attempt to replicate my work, but she's a brilliant engineer. I'm very curious to see what else she may have been working on and dig into her research.
There's bound to be something inspiring in their, or new in their research.
That's what I'm hoping for. They may be the underdog, but that doesn't mean they don't have a brilliant mind or two. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
You operatives really will wear anything. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
Good. I wanted to speak to you about something as well.
An efficient exchange, then. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd. Throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why?
Of course, we can save the jobs of thousands of people. We should do it.
Saving the jobs of thousands is altruistic, which is not a luxury corporations have. It's a financial burden. It would be a huge undertaking on my part.
You had an opportunity to do some good here. Why not take it?
That is a plea more well spent on Genevieve or Alexis. I prefer to focus on the numbers and leave emotions out of my decision-making.
We'd be getting employees on Infinity's cheaper salary numbers.
This is true. Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation?
We caught the mole. I'd say it was a success.
Any insight into what made it successful?
Saku remained cool and stuck to the plan. Prematurely releasing this information would only cause panic.
I agree. Should Masako had informed us too early, we may have all turned on each other. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been.
The internal neuroamp tech like this should be... Tech like this is dangerous and should be banned.
It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales.
And when a rival discovers how to override it, we'll have pure chaos on our hands.
I think we all know how averse I am to chaos. Finances are my forte, so you make a good point. Our competition has yet to truly master neuroamps, but the possibility is there. It's a risk I am unwilling to take. At this time. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
It, you know, for being executives, they sure have dinky offices.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side?
Maybe. That depends on whose side you're on.
Well, you can let Masako know to rest easy. It just so happens that her agenda lines up with mine. We just need to grab Infinity Ltd. while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light.
Coming to the rescue of all those innocent workers will really look good for us.
I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year.
You know, if you really want to keep Ryujin in the public's good graces, there's one big thing to consider.
All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done, qualified or not. So let's hear it.
The internal neuroamp. That research should be banned.
The possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech. With Ryujin at the forefront, it's not an opportunity you just walk away from.
There's no way you could reveal tech like this and keep the public's favor. You'll never be able to fight off the amount of moral backlash.
You're right. The moment you violate your customers' trust, there's a good chance they'll never come back. Even worse, you push them into the hands of your competitors. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
So much work to do. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting.
I heard you're not a fan of acquiring Infinity.
You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations.
Legal issues aside, the pros of acquiring Infinity far outweigh the cons.
All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset.
You don't really want to put thousands out of a job, do you?
Point taken. Huh. Well, what do you know? I think you just convinced me. Talent like yours belongs in the courtroom.
The internal neuroamp would make handling any situation a breeze, but if you want a real legal nightmare, I'd say the internal neuroamp fits that bill.
Don't even get me started. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
Reed, the internal neuroamp, never should have seen the light of day.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been
freaking awesome.
Insightful. But now, I really do need to get back to my notes.
This meeting should prove to be very interesting. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
Of course. I'm the one she's trusting to make things happen.
That's because you're the one with the tool to do it. As long as Masako has the internal neuroamp on her side, she can't lose. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened.
We saw firsthand how dangerous that tech is. It should never go to market.
You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd., we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause.
The acquisition is worth the work. I know your team can handle it.
I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd. is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
So I had to go get her vote, and they're going to terminate her. That's funny.
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Our intention to purchase Infinity Ltd. Would put the employees' minds at ease.
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us. But the overall payoff will be worth it.
That and Infinity Ltd's current situation makes them more affordable than ever.
Arguments? None? Excellent. Moving on, then.
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to this situation to begin with. Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton was hired by Masako, the issue obviously starts at the top. In fact, I propose that Masako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Imogene was innocent. She played a vital role in helping expose Ularu.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Told you wouldn't get away with it.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? Pay attention.
The internal neuroamp is too dangerous to market.
The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
The moment the public learns about it, no one will trust anyone anymore, especially Ryujin.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
If only there were more hours in the day.
You're looking interesting today.
Shelving the internal neuroamp. Not the outcome I anticipated.
Maybe now you see why the internal neuroamp is dangerous.
A fine point, but it still proves its usefulness. The truth remains, Lucas Drexler learned a hard lesson, and we exposed a traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin.
If that's your way of saying thank you, you're welcome.
I suppose it is. Gratitude isn't something you typically hear these days in the corporate world. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
It was nothing I'm not used to.
Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it.
Thank you.
It's well deserved. As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
I gotta talk with all the companions now. You know, I wonder if she's actually in our office being guarded. I don't care. But I think it would be a cool detail. Somebody wanted to go look.
There's always work to be done. Pace yourself, but make it a fast one.
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day.
Good to see you back in the office, Imogene.
And I'd say it's good to be back if I hadn't returned to a mountain of paperwork. Now, since you were new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions?
So I don't get to deal with you anymore?
No, but try to see that as an improvement, since I certainly do. The mission board is more efficient for both of us.
Alright, I'm good.
Good. The mission board is generally self-explanatory anyway. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours. Oh, and congratulations, of course.
Thanks, Imogene. I'll see you around.
You certainly will. Go check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy. Just for you.
All those activities, and I have no idea what planet these people are on. So let's go check out my office. Oh, at least I didn't have to go far. What I got? Ammo. Couple digipigs. Credits. Oh, my computer didn't come up. Pick up the bills there. Okay. Well, I might as well pick them up. I mean, I got all those others. Go talk to everybody. And you people are messy. Do you know where the trash can is?
If you want help, I'm here. Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all. Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life.
I couldn't agree more. It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And I'm pleased you recognized that Ryujin almost made a grievous error in judgment. After all, based on your recommendation, they've ceased their work on that disturbing neuroamp technology.
Well, I'm happy you approve.
Why wouldn't I be pleased about your decision? Can you imagine if that technology had fallen into the wrong hands? The awful things you could force people to do. Oh, it's terribly frightening.
Agreed.
Yes, quite. Well, I've certainly taken up enough of your time. Thanks for letting me get that off my mind.
Andrea's taking a nap.
Hey, Captain. Need help with anything? Neon. You'd think it would be peaceful with all those calm waters and beautiful sunsets. But I can't think of any town that's more stressful. Ryujin, Infinity Ltd. And there you were, navigating corporate bureaucracy like a professional.
Awesome. Leave it to humanity to bring red tape to the stars.
We're social animals, but we're also motivated by all sorts of things. Look, I know Neon is going to be Neon, no matter what any of us do about it. But I'm glad you put a stop to that neuroamp tech. Nothing good was going to come from that.
Don't trust corporations. Simple.
What's not to trust about them? It's a machine designed to exploit human nature to eke out a couple of extra credits than last time. But at the end of the day, they're steered by humans. They are responsible for their direction. I guess we'll find out if we can trust them if you suddenly start coming after all of us, huh?
Ryujin knows better than to do that, even if they could.
I guess we'll find out. Anyway, not that I care a ton about the internal politics of some ethically dubious megacorp, but... So, Masako, huh? I mean, between her and Ularu Chen, I get it, but you don't trust her, do you?
I don't trust any of them.
Well, I trust you, and I'm glad the choice was yours and not mine. Anyway, you didn't happen to pick up any investment tips while you were in there? Just kidding. I don't even want to know.
Yes, you need me? I suppose now you can add climbing the corporate ladder to your list of accomplishments. I think it is perhaps for the best that the research program will come to an end. Where that neuroamp technology could lead, there are many bad outcomes. Too many.
It most certainly would be a disaster.
Already there has been too much conflict between corporations vying for this technology. First Infinity, then Ryujin. Who knows what might be next?
Tech would eventually fallen in the wrong hands.
You presume it had not already? Interesting. You know the people behind Ryujin better than I, but I am not convinced they could be trusted. The project will be shelved, they call it? As I said, too many other bad outcomes. This is for the best. With the neuroamp matter settled, we should move on to other things, yes?
Where is Sam?
Hi.
Gotta track him down in my own ship. it's no wonder they hadn't thrown anything in the trash. It's knocked over in the middle of the room. Trash can.
Of all the places in the galaxy, only Neon can make me feel so damn oily. And you dealt with its absolute worst. Ryujin, Infinity LTD, all of it. You doing all right? That was a lot.
Don't need to worry about me.
Of course you are. You're tougher than me. How come no matter how advanced society gets, we still just can't help coming up with new horrors to inflict on ourselves? Mechs, xeno-warfare, and now this neuroamp tech. Swear, it's the worst yet. Thank God you put a stop to it.
Nothing good will come from neuroamps.
Amen to that. With a piece of work like Ryujin, I know there isn't a good person to put in charge. I mean, I guess Masako's better than Ularu Chen, but you just know if violence, or being just plain evil, was the path of least resistance, then Masako would pick it same as Ularu.
Masako's a capable CEO. She'll keep riding.
And how on earth is that a good thing? Well, the whole damned affair is over. Thank God.
Well, that was the wrong thing to say to him. Oh well. Alright, we'll call it here for this episode. It's a bit long, but I tried something new. I tried to eliminate a lot of the traveling that I had to do to get from objective to objective. To maybe shorten the video a little bit. Well, eliminate filming the traveling from the objective to objective. I still think it's going to be a pretty long video, but you can watch it in chunks. But anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be good to each other, take care of each other, and be safe out in the crazy world with all the bad stuff happening. And I'll catch you next video.